Welcome back to the channel. Today marks a pretty big milestone for Mongil, Star Dive, because version 1.2 has officially gone live, and I'm really excited to walk you through everything that's new in this update, from new systems and events to the two brand new 5-star characters that the community has been talking about non-stop over the past few days. Before we dive into analyzing the two new characters, I want to give you a quick overview of everything version 1.2 has to offer so you know exactly what you'll be playing over the next few weeks. The biggest highlight of this update is its strong summer theme, centered around the main event, an unforgettable first summer dive. The new storyline takes place in Summer Lane, where Francis and Verna are hosting a summer festival in Arcana Forest. According to the story, the two girls must work together to investigate a dangerous incident and make sure the festival can continue without any problems. What I really like about this event is that it offers much more than just story content. There are event stages where you can farm swimtube tokens and adventure level EXP, along with both normal and challenge missions. On top of that, there's even a rhythm minigame where you'll need to input commands accurately within 60 seconds to earn points. All of the swimtube tokens you collect can be exchanged for rewards in the event shop, and in my opinion, the most valuable rewards are the animated background and several rare compasses. Alongside the main event, the game is also running a series of side events, and I think you should definitely know about them so you don't miss out. The Grand Summer Festival missions let you farm summer points that can be exchanged for up to 100 memory and destiny compasses, making this the primary source of compass farming during this event period. There are also two events tied directly to pulling the new characters, slicing through the summer days and embracing even the summer heat. Basically, every time you pull Summer Dive Verna or Summer Dive Francis, you'll receive additional compasses of memory as bonus rewards, acting as a secondary pity system that helps reduce the overall cost of summoning. The Summer Special 7-day login event is also worth mentioning because on the final day, you'll receive 2 compasses of memory at once. There are 2 events I especially want to highlight because they're directly connected to the Monsterling system, which I believe is the biggest gameplay change introduced in version 1.2. The first is Monsterling Trait Change Support, which provides materials that let you re-roll Monsterling traits. The second revolves around the game's very first legendary monster, Reganula, where you'll form a contract with it and eventually raise it into a legendary Monsterling. This is exactly why version 1.2 introduces the completely new legendary Monsterling system. One extremely important thing to keep in mind is that because of this new feature, all of your previous legendary conquest data, including team score records, mission reward progress, and rankings, has been reset after the update. Thankfully, the recommended attributes and resistance attributes remain unchanged, so you won't have to rebuild your teams around different elemental matchups. Besides legendary monsterlings, the update also introduces a brand new dispatch system, along with a wide range of improvements to the monsterling system as a whole, and a new Conquest difficulty system. At the same time, completion rewards have been added for every chapter of the main quest. If you've already cleared those chapters before the update, the rewards will be delivered to your mailbox after the patch, so don't be surprised if your inbox suddenly fills up. Stellar Voyage has also entered Season 3, while Season 2 officially ended during the maintenance period. So if you still had any unclaimed Season 2 rewards, unfortunately, you've already missed your chance to collect them. I'd say this is the part many of you have been waiting for the most, breaking down the 2 new 5-star characters introduced in version 1.2, Verna Summer Dive and Francis Summer Dive. Let's start with Verna. From a character perspective, Verna has always been known as a hot-headed girl with a strong sense of justice, but in her Summer Dive version, she sets aside her usual shyness and fully embraces the excitement of the summer festival. Gameplay-wise, Verna revolves around an elemental conversion mechanic that feels familiar if you've played other modern gacha games. Her basic attack, Sword of Justice, deals pure physical damage through a series of sword slashes, but that's really just the setup. Once you use her special skill, Flaming Will, Verna unleashes fiery energy that deals fire damage. More importantly, if you cast the special skill again while Flaming Will is still active, it becomes an enhanced version that deals even higher fire damage while also refreshing the buff's duration. Her ultimate, Flame Spear, follows the same design philosophy. Verna gathers blazing energy before delivering a powerful thrust that inflicts fire affliction. If you activate the ultimate while Flaming Will is still active, it also creates an additional blade of fire that deals extra damage. Even her switch skill, Sword Uppercut, gains an enhanced version whenever Flaming Will is active. Looking at her kit as a whole, Verna's entire playstyle revolves around her passive effect, Flaming Will. As long as you use any skill other than your basic attack, including evasion counter or air counter, all of her attacks are converted into fire damage for a certain duration. In other words, Verna is designed around maintaining Flaming Will as consistently as possible to maximize her fire damage output. The more different skills you weave into your combos, the more consistently you'll be able to maintain high damage. One major advantage for Verna is her signature artifact, the Flame That Dreams of Justice, which is designed specifically for the fighter class. Its effect is straightforward. Whenever you gain an attack element conversion effect, in other words, every time Flaming Will is activated, you gain a stack of Blooming Flame Flower. Each stack increases your ATK for a certain period of time. In other words, this artifact directly amplifies Verna's core gameplay loop. The more often you trigger her elemental conversion, the more ATK stacks you build, creating a very noticeable snowball effect for players looking to build her as a fire damage dealer. Now let's move on to Francis. If Verna is clearly designed as a DPS, then Francis is just as clearly built as a support and healer. From a lore perspective, Francis is a beastkin medic who dreams of a world filled with love and compassion, and she's the one who organized this entire summer festival. In terms of gameplay, her basic attack, Refreshing Swim, deals earth damage using a water gun while tossing beach volleyballs, making it both adorable and perfectly fitting for the summer theme. Her special skill, Summer's Herald of Love, not only deals earth damage and inflicts earth affliction, but also grants the entire team the Summer on-the-Fly diagnosis effect while providing an additional earth damage boost for earth element allies. This makes it very clear that Francis is designed to maximize the performance of a full earth team. Her ultimate, Cool Summer Vacation, continues the theme by unleashing powerful water gun attacks that deal earth damage and apply earth affliction. However, in my opinion, the most interesting part of her kit is her switch skill, How to Enjoy Summer. It's much more than just another earth damage attack. It also activates her support skill whenever an ally successfully lands a special skill on an enemy. At that point, Francis jumps in to deal additional earth damage and earth affliction, heals the entire team based on her ATK, and grants the Summer's Vitality buff to melee allies currently on the field. This is clearly a very powerful proactive support mechanic, turning Francis into a constant source of utility throughout the battle, rather than someone who simply applies a single buff and waits on the sidelines. Francis's passive preventative care on Summer Vacation is also worth mentioning. Her ATK increases based on the amount of earth damage boost she receives, although this bonus is capped at a certain limit. In addition, her basic attacks have a chance to trigger an effect called Summer Frenzy. Her signature artifact, a Summer Soaked in Love, is designed specifically for the support class and features two effects. Whenever Francis activates her support skill, the entire team gains increased critical rate. If an ally benefiting from that buff is an Earth Element character, their basic attack damage is increased even further. Overall, this artifact perfectly reinforces Francis's intended role, turning her into the centerpiece of a pure Earth team by boosting both the team's overall damage output and its critical rate. If I had to give an overall impression, I'd say Verna and Francis were clearly designed to complement different archetypes rather than directly supporting each other, with Verna serving as a fire DPS and Francis specializing as an earth support. Both characters are perfectly capable of performing well on their own, but if you want to maximize Francis's earth buffs, you'll naturally want to pair her with earth-focused teammates. On the other hand, thanks to her healing and team-wide critical rate buffs, Francis can still provide solid value in almost any team composition. As for pull priority, if you're lacking a reliable support, I think Francis is the safer choice because of her consistent healing and proactive support mechanics. But if you already have a dependable healer and you're looking for a flexible Fire DPS that rewards skill hill-heavy combo gameplay, then Verna is definitely the better pick. And that's everything I wanted to share with you about the version 1.2 update for Mongil Dive from the summer event and the new Legendary Monsterling system to a detailed breakdown of Verna, Francis, and their signature artifacts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the channel and motivates me to keep making more high-quality Mongil Dive content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.